welcome back to the DSA with Dax series. Myself, Dax Patel. Okay, and this is the series of DSA. We're gonna learn DSA from beginner to the advanced level. Okay, and if you have to master DSA series and like each and every like how you can build logic and writing a code and optimize it, so we're at the right places. You just have to watch day by day and try to yourself put some effort to this series so you can master DSA. Okay, so yesterday we solved okay question number 1389. It basically create target array in the given order. Okay, so in the first question we are using like a one for loop and splice method to cut it on some pieces and adding new indexes to that particular like a new numbers to that particular index which is given in our index array. Okay, so like in this question we have two arrays and like that we have to add nums of I value to the index of I, like index of I index. Okay, so if you have not watched that video, so link in I button, you can check out the video. Okay, and I really hope you can start DSA series from day one so you can master DSA. And today we're gonna solve question number 1773. It's basically count items matching a rule. Okay, so the rule is given. Okay, we have to just count how many items are there which match with the current rule. Okay, so firstly, quickly I'll explain the question. Okay. After that, I'll give examples, one or two, any of examples, clarity, what actually the example do. Okay. Then after we move to the code part. Okay. I'll write one code. Okay. Then I'll explain what the code, what is in code and how this code works. Okay. Then time and space complexity of this code, and afterward if optimization needed, so we can optimize the code and try to like make code more efficient. And then we move to the tomorrow's questions, like basic details. So like to which question we wanna solve tomorrow, and it's some explanation so you can try by yourself before the video comes out. So I'll set my screen to the right of the screen. So now we'll move to the quickly question and explanation. So basically, you are given an array of items. Okay. The question is try to think you are given an items array, okay, where each items of I is equal to there are items of I has three options. If type or color or name. Okay. Describe the type, color, and name of the ith item. You are also given a rule impressed by two strings. Okay, you have given a two string, one is rule key and other is rule value. So the I basically is items of I is type, either color or name. Okay, there is three possibilities, and the I item is said to match the rule if one of the following is true. Okay, the ith item, like the ith item is said to match one of the rule which is given in question, like these three: rule key is equal to type, or rule value is equal to type. Okay, so it's basically rule key or rule value is basically match from these three values: type, color, or name. If any of this like follows, the we can return a number of items which match this like conditions. Okay, uh, like here are we move to the example part of this question for better clarity. So input equal to item, like items is equal to first phone blue pixel, then computer silver Lenovo. Okay, and last is phone gold iPhone. Okay, so rule key is equal to color, rule value equal to silver. Okay, so what this means, like key is color and value of key is silver. So output is one because there are only one color is silver. Okay, the question is already given. You have to check for color and color value is silver. So there is only one which color like a rule key is color and color value is silver. So there is only one. So we can output as one. Okay, another there is no possibility. So like you can clearly see here, if the rule a rule key is type and value is phone. Okay, so here one. So here are given one phone, okay, then other phone. So you can clearly see that there is two possible way, like there is two output because there is two phone. Okay, rule value is like rule key type is type and type like rule value is phone. There is two phone, so we have output is two. Okay, and you can read explanation for more clarity. Okay, and this is the condition. Like items dot length is between range of 1 to 1000 and sorry it's 1 to 10,000 and type dot length and color dot length and num dot length and rule value dot length is basically greater than or equal to 1 and less than or equal to 10. Okay, rule key is equal to either type, color or name. Okay, this question is basically given that rule key matches any of these three. Okay, all strings consist only one lowercase letter. Okay, only of lowercase letter. Okay, so you don't like they don't give us like case sensitive. There on all thing is given lower letters, so you don't have to worry about that. So now we'll move to the code part. So firstly, you can clearly see that we want some variables to store our things. First count, like we have to store count and return the count at the end. Then index to checking the values of particular indexes. Now, so firstly I'll declare that variable. So let count is equal to 0. Okay, and let index, okay, is also equal to 0. Starting like whenever we declaring variable, we start that from 0. Declaring that variable is 0 until the question given us some particular value. Okay, then if now what we want to take, like some if else condition to like comparison and checking between something. Like I'll write and I'll explain rule. Okay, rule key given. So if rule key triple equal to strictly comparison between two variables. Okay, double equal to only check for value if there is 5 in like a nums integer and 5 in string. The comparison between this is true, like if you use double equal to, but if you use triple equal to, it will becomes false because the data types are not matched. Okay, triple equal to used for check strictly comparison between two variables. Okay, type. Okay, like a rule key is equal to type, then index. Okay, okay, let me correct it. Syntax now. Okay, index becomes 0. Okay, if the rule key triple equals to type, the index becomes 0. Okay, now we have another conditions because we have multiple rule key values. So we have else if rule key is equal to color. Okay, color. Now at this time we use index as 1, like 1. Okay, index equal to 1. Okay, then else if for last condition for name. Okay, rule key triple equal to name. Okay, if our rule key is equal to name, then we use index 2. Okay, now you got basic little clear about what is will actually doing is this question. So basically, we using like three if else conditions. So the type, like rule key is equal to type, or rule key equal to color, or rule key equal to name. According these three, we take our index variables value. Okay, and this index variable value is used to find figure out which array. Okay, like there are multiple arrays in one array. Okay, so firstly we figure out which array we have to use, and after that this rule key value. Okay, if 0, so in this like inner side array we will check this value. If there is 1, so we'll check this value. If this given 2, so we'll check this value. Okay, so that's why we're using index variable to compare value inside another values. Okay, like we are taking items sub arrays. So we are using index array to find out like inside array which index we want to compare. Okay, because like this is 2D array, so 2D array we want I and j. Okay, the I is already given us. We can use one for loop and check for each and every I, but for j we want some variable because there are three options like if type, color or name. Okay, so for if you have to check type, so you can go for this. For if you have to check for like which is color, so you can go for this. Okay, and for last condition name you can go for this. But like question might be trick us to if we don't use this type of proper 2D array, so it like give us value of something color in name. Okay, colors value in name, and if like we by mistakenly check color in name, so it will in the increase our output value. So that's why we have to be careful for each and every logic we think and write a code. Okay, I hope you got clear what I'm trying to say. So like now we have our three conditions which defines our index value according to the rule value. Okay, rule key, sorry. Now we have to check for our rule value. So we take one for loop for let I is equal to 0 always. I is less than of like items dot length. Let okay, items dot length, and each and every time we use I plus plus. Okay, now we have one for loop with like 0 to the and last index of items array. Then we want to again we want count variable, so we have to check some conditions. Okay, so if item array I, okay, the value of items array iterating is basically we got our I. Now we want our j. For j we already used our index, so index is our j. Okay, now we have both in items of I and like index is becomes j, so is equal triple equal to. Okay, you have to note these things. Rule value, if items of I of well index is equal to rule value, then we have to increase our count value. So count plus plus. Okay, I hope you got clear what we'll doing this question. Now we have an for loop which move to the first index to the last index of our items array, and inside we have condition which checks from inside array's value to the our rule value, and if this rule value and like our rule key is same and both are true, then we increase our count, and at the end we can return our count value, return count. Okay, let me run this. Okay, so you can see that our test cases are accepted. So like here you can clearly check out this is items array, and rule key is color, and rule value is silver, and output is 1. Okay, our output is 1 and accepted is also 1. So here firstly like values come like it selected color, so index value becomes 1. Now index value is 1, and like again rule value is silver. It's come with the array. Okay, first I, okay, the value of I, it go for this. Okay, there, or you can see that this array both are same. So at the time I value is 0. Okay, and index value is 1, so it will go for blue. So blue is not rule value, it's move to the next. In this silver value it's increase count plus 1. Here if the value is gold, so it will not increase the value, and end of the loop, and we got our count is equal to 1 and output is, you can see that one. So now I'll submit this for further lead code test cases checking. So like this test cases are written if you like rejected, if some test cases are not passed, this test cases it will show here for your like checking conditions, and our 92 or 92 test cases are accepted. So I hope you got clear about this code. Okay, so okay, our this question is successfully completed. These cases are also accepted. and we are learning for like we completing beginner questions. So our all test cases are directly accepted. Okay, like when you move to the medium, like these questions are in easy category. Okay, you can see the easy category. When we move to the medium and hard level question, like those questions are multiple test cases. Like these questions are 40, 50, 80, 90 test cases. Those questions are 500, 600, 400 test cases. Okay, and that question need much more optimization, like critical logical thinking. So we starting from beginner, we developing logical thinking and how logic building is happening. And whenever we move to the that questions, okay, you have mentally and like knowledgeably prepare for that question, how you gonna like write code for that. So it will help you from you can starting from day one or like directly watching the videos logic. Okay, so that's why we're starting from beginner. So now we'll discuss about this course time and space complexity. So firstly, you can see that we don't have any new array like empty array and we're storing this whole array. So the space complexity becomes order of one. We're just taking two variables. Okay. In worst of worst cases, these two variables are remain two variables. It will only can store two variables. Okay. So order of one is space complexity, and for time complexity we are using only one for loop. There is no other thing. Okay, only one for loop. So time complexity becomes order of n. And as you can see, time complexity is order of n and space complexity is order of one. This is the optimized solution for this code. Okay. Even if you try to use better things, inbuilt functions and anything, it will give you a much more time complexity and space complexity. Okay. So this is the best solution for this question. Okay, like as much as I know. Okay, if you find anything like as this can like better optimize, okay, so you can tell me in comment. So this is today's question. Now we move to the tomorrow's questions. Like tomorrow we're gonna solve question number 1108. Okay, this question is like little bit good. It's basically defining an IP address. Okay, so it's simple. Okay, just two liner question. Given a valid IPv4, okay, IP address, return a defined version of that IP addresses. Okay, you just have to define its version and return it. If defined IP address replaces every period like dot with like this much, okay, each and every time dot come, you have to use box brackets like this brackets to replace it with. Okay, like here can see here 1.1.1 to become like you just have to do this. There are only one condition: the given address is a valid IPv4 address. Okay, so you have to try this question. Okay, and I know you can solve this question. Okay, and just post it on LinkedIn and Twitter and mention me for like I'll comment on your post. So if you find any doubts in this video, okay, you can just ask me in comment section. Okay, and if you have not yet started DSA with the series, okay, the link in the button, you can start from the day one. Okay, so we can master DSA together. Okay, so the video will in day one. I'll explain it all about series, what we're gonna run, how many days, each and everything. Whatever you require to start this series. Okay, I hope you got clear each and everything about this video. Okay, meet on like tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching this video.